Well, hello, this is an unusual setting for my video blog, and after 4 months of lockdown, I can't think of anywhere more beautiful to be. This amazing garden in High Wycombe is one of the gardens that opens every year for the National Garden Scheme, and you can find out more details on the NGS website and go and book yourself a visit. I would highly recommend it, it's beautiful. But more on the National Garden Scheme later. Well, it's been 3 months since my last update, and we could not have predicted how much would have changed through the COVID-19 pandemic. Not just for the services that have had to change, both on adults and children's hospices, but also the way that we've had to adapt to social distancing, to restrictions on visitors and looking after families in a different way, to using technology differently and talking to more people on the telephone. The way that hospices and all of the staff and volunteers have worked together to work around this and look after the patients has been truly incredible. Some of the stories that you've sent to us have been absolutely fantastic. One that really sticks in my mind is the video of John, who's 79 and had been in Alice House Hospice for 3 months. Watching him looking fitter and better and able to live an independent life again whilst being clapped by all the staff and volunteers was truly inspirational. This isn't the only example, of course, where hospices have done things that are completely unusual and out of the ordinary, and I think many of these things are going to stay with us. So whether we're talking about creating virtual hospices or hospices without walls, the work that we've done to support our colleagues in care homes and domiciliary care across the country, and really the way that we've helped so many more people, so many more families through this pandemic, I think a lot of that learning will stay with us, and it's been absolutely amazing to watch. Of course, you'll remember back in April the 8th, I will never forget it, that the government committed up to £200 million to support English hospices through the pandemic. We thought that that money would be needed to last us through 3 months, but the government have increased that so it can last us over 4 months. And by the end of this, you'll have all had communication to show that what we're planning to do is make sure that no English hospice loses any money in the first 4 months of this financial year. Nobody should be in deficit because of this pandemic, and many hospices, of course, have made a small surplus because of emergency appeals. We could not have imagined at the start of April that we would be in this situation, and I know it's going to be a tough few months and possibly even couple of years as we realise the economic impact of the pandemic. We're still working with government to pull together a long-term funding solution to support hospices, but I'm really pleased that we're all together and we've still managed to get through this first 4 months. So thank you to all of you and the hard work that you've put in. Of course, one thing that we do know that will increase in terms of demand is for bereavement support and trauma support, both as we go through this pandemic and afterwards, as people start to come to terms with what they've faced. We know that hospices are doing a lot more work in this area, virtually as well as face-to-face. And we've been so proud since the pandemic to work with the Samaritans, Shout and Mind to put together our front line, a whole ream of resources and a support services for people working on the front line in whatever profession, whether it's the police, the ambulance service, drivers, supermarket workers, anybody who's helped to get us through this pandemic. Of course, we heard last week that the Royal Foundation with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge gave us more money to support this important work so that we can reach more people, and I couldn't be more proud. The other big news that we've had since my last update is that we've joined forces with and provided a new family home for Gold Standards Framework. And I couldn't be more pleased to be working with the team to help bring about generalist training for people working in care homes, domiciliary care, retirement villages and GPs. It's going to bring so many more people into the hospice family, delivering care together. And I'm so proud to be continuing to work with Professor Kerry Thomas, who's going to be staying with us as consultant clinical lead on a part-time basis. More information will come through in due course about how you can all get involved, but for now we're just really excited to be sharing this news. It's unbelievable that it's only been 2 months since our last Dying Matters week, and once again everybody pulled together to make it an enormous success. 25,000 people accessed our Dying Matters website with 27,000 resources downloaded. One of my particular favourites was the Leeds Bereavement Forum, who put together an online bereavement cafe. And we know that lots of people did this, running death cafes, bereavement support cafes and all sorts of events virtually up and down the country. We know that local groups didn't have long to put this together, and we're so pleased with how everybody adapted to the current situation to make Dying Matters such a successful week again this year. Speaking of getting involved, it's only a couple of short months before Hospice Care Week again, on the 5th to the 11th of October this year. We're sticking with the theme of This Is What It Takes because it was so popular last year. And again, we want to highlight the extraordinary work of hospices up and down the country. So whether you'll be putting posts on social media, decorating your windows of your retail shops, whether you want to go yellow and throw custard over your favourite people, we'll be watching out for you. Please do let us know what you're doing and we'll make this the most remarkable celebration of hospice care. So once again, put it in your diaries, the 5th to the 11th of October, and let's make this the best hospice care week ever. And finally, this beautiful garden is a symbol that things are starting to get a little bit more normal for us. So I would encourage you all, please do go and check out the National Garden Scheme website and find a garden in your area to go and visit. But whatever it is that you want to do this summer, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful summer with friends and family. Stay safe, keep well, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon. In the meantime, I'm off to explore some more of this beautiful garden. Bye bye.